Susie here. Welcome back to my channel. This is for my houseplant lovers. You guys know I love my houseplants, and I have had quite a few houseplants over the years, and I've also moved several times over the last few years. So my poor plants, they have been through a lot, and this is actually what is left of my plant collection right now. Yeah, just these plants, which is really kind of sad. I used to have a lot more, but I did give a couple of them to my mom. She actually gets a lot more light in her house. So I had like I forgot what the name of the plant was, but it had kind of like almost like leaves that look like elephant ears. And I ended up giving that plant to her, and she has it in her kitchen, and it is flourishing. But these are what's left of my plants. And so just to backtrack, we lived in a house. We moved from our house into my parents' house for a short period of time a couple years ago. And then from there, we moved to Florida, where I lived for about a year and a half. And then now we moved to North Carolina. And then we're going to have to move out of this place because this is just a townhouse we're renting. And as you can see, yeah, let's not even talk about that. That is just a portion of our things. And we are just going to be moving again into hopefully what will be our house that we will be in for a while. So my snake plant I've had for a while, and as you can see, it's really gotten pretty big. It is definitely has new growth. This whole section here is a new section that wasn't there before. And then I believe that this one here actually was new as well, and it grew. This plant loved being out on my balcony. So I kept my snake plant, the sago palm, which is back there, I kept that both on my balcony along with this plant down here because they loved it. Plants love being outside in Florida. It's just very nice and warm and hot and humid, and they love it. Most plants. Now my peperomia, I tried to put outside in Florida. Did not work. It didn't like it at all. It actually hated it. It was doing really bad. So I ended up bringing that one inside, as well as this Christmas cactus and the cactus itself I brought inside. But the snake plant, it loved being out on my balcony over there in Florida. So it was flourishing outside. And then the sago palm, as you can see, now this is typically outdoors. Like, people don't typically keep sago palms inside because they can get very, very big. Oh my gosh, this dryer is nuts. Hold on. About that. I'm doing laundry right now, and our current dryer, the ones that came with this townhouse, when it's done, it just keeps going off constantly until you go and open the door. So I was like, it's going to keep going off. I have to go and turn that off. But the snake plant, it handled the move really well. It usually did. No matter how many times I seem to have moved, it is very sturdy, and it really, truly is just a very tough, durable plant. So if you're someone that you don't consider yourself the best with plants, or maybe you're just, on the move a lot, this might be a good plant for you. It really is pretty tough, honestly. So really, really love my little snake plant. This Christmas cactus here, he's doing pretty good. He has some new growth. You can see down here. He's got some new ones. He's not blooming right now because he, blooms closer to Christmas most times. But this one's actually doing really well. I had another one and it was not doing well. This one is really, flourishing pretty well and just doing really well. And he moved pretty good too. He did get a little bit wilted, but once I gave him some water and put him back near the window, he was doing okay. So very happy that he survived. The peperomia. Oh, the peperomia. So, let me just say, the peperomia has been my hardest plant to grow. It has been a very finicky, very picky kind of plant. It was growing really well in Florida. It did love the sun that we got through the window. You can see it does have some really nice, like, newer leaves on it. But what is happening is this. A lot of the leaves look like this, or they're missing pieces, or they have these like brown spots. So after we moved, I actually ended up having to prune away a lot of this plant because it was just really not doing well. I just gave it some water not too long ago, and a lot of them, like newer leaves, they actually look pretty good. This is what they're supposed to look like. They actually look pretty good. Like these look good, you know, but it's like it went through a spell where it was just not having it. I don't know what was going on, but even this one, I mean, it doesn't look great, but yeah. So despite the fact that I had to really prune away a lot of it, it does have some of these little stems coming out. These things smell really bad, by the way. If you let them fully grow out, they smell like, I don't even know, like a smelly, like old sock or something. These are like a stem kind of thing that it releases for pollination. And you can just cut these off. It doesn't hurt the plant or anything. You only really need it if you're just trying to pollinate more, or you're trying to grow like more of them and you have, you know, plants that can pollinate, then you would, you know, want to leave that on. But honestly, it said many places you can just snip this off because it really does not smell great. So I will be having to snip that off. But other than that, I mean, the plant looks pretty good. There's still a few pieces, like here, there's like a leaf that is really, really wilting. As you can see, it's just, yeah, so I've got to throw that out. But overall, after pruning it, it's starting to look a little bit better. It does have some new growth coming in down in there. So it's doing okay, but it's definitely been my most finicky, most picky and sensitive plant. And peperomias, they just do not do well with change, I don't think. So this poor plant, it wasn't having it. But hopefully I'm trying to return it to its former glory. Hopefully it will be okay, you know. This plant, I cannot remember what the name of it was, but it was given to me by a coworker, and I've had it this whole time. And now it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of the plant. It was originally just the one. This one is, I think, brand new, and you can see it still has leaves coming in there. But this actually needs to be separated. It is now getting so crowded in this pot that the pot has actually cracked. I need to desperately repot this plant. So as soon as I can, I'm gonna end up getting another pot and repotting this plant because it is truly getting way too crowded in here. I mean, it is like jam-packed in this pot. And if I do end up keeping them together, then I still need to put them in a bigger pot. So this plant is flourishing again, just really doing really well. Very hardy, very sturdy plant. It's almost like a snake plant, succulent kind of mix, because this is a succulent, but it's like almost like a snake plant. So it's a bit like a snake plant, but a little bit smaller and doesn't need to be watered very much. Really just an easy to care for plant. I just can't remember the name of it. So if you guys know, leave it in the comments. The cactus. The cactus is very, very long down there. Yeah, I don't know why this clip is in here, but it's like almost like it's stuck. Okay. Okay, so the cactus is doing okay. He's big. He's large and in charge. I'm not sure why it has this portion that is like brown. I don't know, because the top is very, very nice and green. So I'm not sure what that is. I've got to like kind of look into and see if maybe he was just going through like a phase, if that's normal. I don't have any idea, but he's doing pretty good. He's hanging in there. He's still being very prickly. He is starting to kind of lean over a little, which kind of scares me because I don't know how on earth I'm going to repot this cactus. It is so big. It's so big. And his little needles, they hurt so bad. I've got them stuck in my finger before, and it really is pretty painful. So I have no idea. I've got to look up how to possibly repot a cactus. Because one day he's going to get too big for that little container. Yeah, I don't know. And then lastly, the sago palm. Yeah, he's doing good down there. He was flourishing. He was loving Florida. The sago palms grow just outside in Florida. I mean, they were everywhere, and they were huge. So he was like, I'm in my native home. I'm feeling good. Yeah, so he's doing good. He was flourishing. He had new growth. Last year, he had a whole crown come out the top. So he'll be releasing another one, I think, next year. But yeah, he's doing good. So that is my plants. And I had photos, which it did not make it. My first move when I moved to Florida, it did not make it at all. It wasn't doing well. And then my other plant I left with my mom. So yeah, that is what I have. And I do want to get more plants. It's just that right now, because of the fact that we're going to be moving again in like a couple months to this apartment unit here instead of this townhouse, I don't want to get any new plants, you know, for now, just until I can get kind of settled in over there, at least for a period of time. And then maybe I can get a couple new plants. We'll have a nice balcony over there, so maybe I can get some plants that don't mind to be out on the balcony. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this little plant update. They're all doing pretty well, honestly, except for the peperomia. He's just not having it, but he's trying. He's getting better for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me some comments down below, and if you guys want to see another update once I actually get moved and get some new plants, hopefully, do let me know and I will do one. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.